Do you recall a happy memory from childhood, a time when you felt warm and safe and loved? Now imagine that memory never happened. That is the reality for most of the clients who come to Talbot House Ministries. From the earliest they can remember, their lives have been filled with chaos, confusion, violence, addiction, and incarceration. Carlton is one of those children who lived in a home filled with violence. Both parents were alcoholics, and his father routinely beat Carlton with whatever he could get his hands on. One of Carlton's tender memories from childhood is that his family had a garden. It was in the garden that Carlton felt safe. Watching things grow and helping things grow gave Carlton great peace in the middle of turmoil.
My name is Carlton, and it's a pleasure to be here before you today to represent the love and support that the Talbot House have blessed me with. I've been in prison most of my life. Didn't know which way I was going, which way I could turn. But when I came to the Talbot House Ministry, they opened the door for me, as well as opening up within me something that I never had. And boy, what a blessing this have been for me. The staff, they have so much love. They teach all special classes, take their time with you, and they show you love. I came up from a dysfunctional family, and a lot of things I didn't know in life that I wish I knew. I'm learning them now through the mercy and the grace of God. I call this my holy ground because it offers so many opportunities, wonderful things that can uplift you. I never thought I could find peace within, something I always searched for all my life. I found that peace. And I'm a gardener. I came up doing garden work, and I planted the seed that they gave me in the place of representing my life as a new growth. I don't do drugs no more. I don't have no desire for them. I have coping skills, things that teach me how to deal with other people.
Carlton's love of gardening came with him to Talbot House Ministries. Carlton believed that gardening should be part of his recovery process. So he sought permission to grow a vegetable garden at Talbot House Ministries. Early in the morning, before the sun grew too hot, Carlton would tend to his garden. Where there were once weeds, vegetables grew. That garden became a healing garden, a garden full of life and promise. Once Carlton began to plant the seeds in his garden at Talbot House Ministries, other clients began to join in. They saw that in place of weeds, they were growing vegetables including tomatoes, turnip greens, and peas. Soon there were people building the scarecrow to keep the birds away. There were clients who repaired the fencing to keep animals and people out. The irrigation system was tested and repaired. Chimes were hung. The kitchen staff began looking forward to the day they could cook what was grown in the garden. Good things were coming thanks to a community of workers who cared about the garden that Carlton was growing. It soon was bigger than Carlton's garden. It was Talbot House's garden. Clients took ownership for the change. They came together as a community to make that garden grow. As one of our clients, Alan, watched that garden grow. But he was tending to his own garden and rebuilding his own life. Alan had been raised in a dysfunctional family and bore the scars from those days. As Alan cultivated new relationships and tended to his own spiritual growth, he was creating a new future for himself.
10 months ago, when I walked through those doors at Talbot House for the first time, the first thing I read was their mission statement. It's where broken lives come for help. And my life was pretty broken. I had been struggling with heroin addiction, homelessness for 7 years. And I was on my 4th overdose. And nowhere to go. I was gonna go right back to the place where I was when I OD'd, so it was pretty much had a death warrant. And if I didn't find Talbot House, I know I probably wouldn't be here today. I thank God every day for the Talbot House. Because after years of drug abuse, I had aortic heart damage, a weak aortic valve, and a leaky aortic pump, or a weak aortic pump and a leaky aortic valve, and they gave me the medication to help me live, and they've provided me with the stability to be clean, better myself, have a job, pay off court fines. They give me a relationship with my family again. My family actually wants to talk to me now. They know I'm not gonna be asking for money or anything. They enjoy talking to me and like to hear how good I'm doing. And if it wasn't for Talbot House, I wouldn't be here today. I've met some wonderful people here. My counselors have really helped me and shown me that I'm more than just a drug addict. They gave me a relationship with God again. My parents have their son back, and I feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel. I feel like I have a future.
Our Solutions program is one part of the journey for those who enter Talbot House Ministries' doors. All staff at Talbot House Ministries have one goal: to provide the very best service while moving people from homelessness to stability and permanent housing. The Bible tells us not to grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. Tammy did not grow weary or give up. Like so many of our clients, Tammy is a fighter. Tammy became part of the Talbot House Ministries community after sinking into addiction.
I once had the American life dream, the family on the big hill, and everything that we could ever ask for. And my life was fulfilled. And then within the twinkle of an eye, it was total emptiness. I had given myself over to prescription medicine after I had taken care of my mother for 12 years in the home, left work to stay home and take care of her. With no health insurance that I had had previously, pain medication on the floor, on opiates on the streets is very expensive. So my choice was to turn to alcohol, much cheaper, much more easier to get a hold of. It was just there, and I just drank and drank to take that pain away. And before you know it, either addiction can have you. I was Baker acted, I believe I want to say 3 times, Marchman acted twice over in Sarasota County. My daughter, my youngest daughter, throughout the whole course kept in touch with me. And finally, I ended up over in Avon Park, Tri-County Rehab. And I had heard really out on the streets about the Talbot House. And so I came here a year ago this month on the holiday weekend, and I came into the facility. I received the love that I needed when I came in, that I was missing so much. And I got into starting classes and into counseling, my mental health counseling. The Coping Skills is a huge program that really helped me learn to just really deal with life without the frustration and needing the alcohol or the drugs to get me through that day. I do look forward to being employed in December at Lakeland Regional Hospital, which I do plan on from that continuing my education into mental health and addiction. Giving back what has been given to me is my true desire. And I know that when I walk outside of these doors, I'm not going to walk out a broken person, a broken lady. I'm going to walk out whole and healed and able to face this world without the drugs, the alcohol, the need to kill the pain. And I thank Talbot House, and I thank my Lord Jesus above. Thank you.
While all 3 took different paths, the roads Carlton, Alan, and Tammy were on took them all to Talbot House Ministries. That seed of hope that brought them here was nourished and allowed to grow. The work that started in each of them continues to bear fruit. Because of you, our generous donors, we are able to plant seeds of hope. Please help us continue to plant seeds of hope here at Talbot House Ministries.